This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
In 2005, two brothers hit the road searching for their father and ended up fighting demons, ghosts, monsters, angels, and preventing the apocalypse.
Over 15 seasons, Supernatural became more than just a television series. It became a fandom, a community, and for many people, a chosen family.
I'm Richard Speight Jr. I played the trickster, Gadreel, Loki, and I also directed a number of episodes along the way.
And I'm Rob Benedict. I played Chuck Shirley, who was later revealed to be God.
Spoiler alert! Now, we spent years making the show, but we never actually sat down and watched every single episode in order until now.
And this season, we're diving into season 9, the fallout of the angel trials and the fall of heaven, secret possessions and broken trust, and a whole new war between angels, demons, and the Winchester brothers.
Each week, we'll revisit every episode alongside the actors, writers, directors, editors, composers, and a whole slew of crew members who help bring the series to life.
We'll share behind-the-scenes stories, revisit unforgettable moments, and talk about what happened on set, preserving the history of this iconic show.
Now, fair warning, just like Rob proved a few seconds ago, there will be spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, there will be. And remember, this is our first real watch through of the series, so if we forget a plot point, mix up some lore, or don't know what happens 3 episodes from now, that's just part of the ride.
So join us as we fire up the Impala once again, hit the open road, and continue our journey through Season 9 of Supernatural. Hey everybody, it's Rob Benedict.
Hey everybody, it's Richard Speight Jr.
And we are talking about Season 9, Episode 10, Road Trip.
We sure are, starring DJ Qualls and Breckenmeyer.
I was going to say, yeah, ironically, DJ Qualls is not in this episode of Supernatural, but he is in the movie Road Trip.
Yeah, he is.
From the 90s.
And you're our very own Breckenmeyer, Rob, just so you know.
And I am. Well, I'm,
You're my Breckenmeyer.
Yeah, well, you're my DJ Qualls.
We have a DJ Qualls.
Oh, right. DJ Qualls is DJ Qualls. Well, then you're my Amy Smart. Who's also in that movie, I'm pretty sure. We just want to say thank you for listening, everyone. We've now done over 200 episodes of this podcast.
That's impossible.
If you're still listening, then you really like us.
Yeah, man, you're in it. Or your radio dial stuck. Somebody knocked the knob off your radio dial.
Or there's something very wrong. But we really appreciate you for sticking with us.
Yeah, we do.
This whole way, this whole journey. And we're just a little past halfway. So we've got so much more to come.
So much more to come, plus all the bonus and fun stuff. And
exactly.
Hey, are you following us on Patreon? Why aren't you? There's video interviews. There's chats with fans. Come over to Patreon. Join the party. Right, Robbie?
That's right. Patreon's where you get the extra bonus stuff. So yeah, lots of fun being had there. Lots of fun being had here.
This is fun everywhere. Is there enough fun to go around? You bet there is.
Yeah, let's start with the synopsis, which starts with this. The first sentence is very fun.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get the laugh track queued up. Okay, and go.
Kevin Tran is dead. That didn't have the ring I thought it would. Kevin Tran is dead, and I'm still coming to terms with the fact that Bobby Singer's dead.
Bobby.
So I know these actors come back to the show, but their character is actually dead in the real world.
And Kevin Tran is dead. And we know this because there's a montage.
A montage including burning his body. So it's like, oh, he really...
burning his body, breaking his phone, tossing his notes to the floor, hither and yon.
Dean is pissed. He's knocking things off. I mean...
yeah, dude, lamps.
Yeah.
Lamps go flying.
You know who else is pissed? The props department.
You know who else is pissed? People who are really addicted to continuity when they come back next week and see that those lamps are back on the table.
Well, in the aftermath, Dean is determined to save Sam by expelling the angel Gadreel from Sam's body. Although Sam is furious that Dean allowed an angel to possess him without his consent, which, he's got reason.
I get it, yeah.
Dean reluctantly frees Crowley from the Men of Letters bunker in exchange for his help locating Sam/Gadreel. I wonder if there's any slash fiction with Sam and Gadreel.
I don't know, but Gadreel's already been inside Sam, so I feel like the will they, won't they thing has already passed.
But yeah.
Thank you.
Castiel is deeply uneasy about trusting the King of Hell, but Dean believes they have no other choice. Crowley brings them to the NSA to visit an undercover demon there. She tells Crowley about what Abaddon has been up to and helps the team locate Gadreel.
So while I was watching the episode this morning, when she came on screen, I could almost hear you, even though we're states away, say, hello.
She was cute.
I knew that was in the Rob Benedict zone, and I'm like, literally up here in Oregon, I heard a distant, well, hello there, ma'am, on the wind.
You had a clear radio signal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she was a nice, attractive, and a really great actress.
Right, did a great job.
As the group travels, Crowley repeatedly needles Dean about his guilt over Kevin's death and his fractured relationship with Sam. Despite his sarcastic demeanor, Crowley proves invaluable, using his knowledge of angels to anticipate Gadreel's next move.
Okay, I need to ask us thing here.
Mm-hmm.
So, really funny sequence of them going to the car, and the gas can and all that stuff.
Crowley and Castiel, funny, business between the two of them.
I don't remember them losing the Impala.
Well, Sam took it. Sam, as Gadreel, took it when he left the...
Did they make a big sandwich out of that in some episode? I don't remember that.
No, I don't think so. My memory is just that when Gadreel, as Sam, leaves the bunker, he kills Kevin, and then...
Are we to assume, do we see him peel out? I mean, that's a big question.
I don't think so. I just think he doesn't have his car because Sam has it.
Okay, so we just assume that he took the car.
Yeah,
okay.
He did.
Well, then I feel better.
Yeah. Wait, did we pass over the rock and roll guy?
Yeah, we did. And I want to talk about the rock and roll guy. So first of all, was that the teaser? No, that was the first scene into the show.
Gadreel goes first to this rock and roll angel.
By the way, the actor did a great job. I loved that guy. Like
one scene.
Dude, him walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
And he's like, good luck or whatever. She's like, take it easy with the
fans,
with the groupies. He's like, whatever, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
That guy was great.
Yeah. He kind of had an Al Cal thing about him.
If Al Cal and Sebastian had a baby.
And he has a great scene with this guy.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was great, but I have a couple. I'm really glad you circled back to that. Couple of things. Question in the back here.
Yeah.
How did Gadreel get in there to the dressing room, and then he murders the guy that tens of thousands of people are waiting to hear sing?
Yeah, they're going to be bummed.
And then he just walks out the door when the manager's right outside the door waiting to take him to stage.
Yeah.
Like I had a couple of logic bumps, especially with after the murder. I'm like, how did he get out of that room?
Right. And why is this not on every TV? Like famous pop star.
Mainly like, why wouldn't you hear like, dum, 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 Donnie? Whatever. I mean,
yeah.
And I know it's TV. I know the answer is because they didn't have time and that's all that.
That would have been good. The knock, 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 Donnie. Are you in there, Donnie?
I did kind of have the how the hell does Gadreel get out of here?
Well, I think how does Gadreel get in and out? How did he get in his guitar case beforehand and pull out the knife? I think a lot of that's just angel stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because he's an angel and they can do that. Misha can come and go. Castiel can come and go because he's an angel, right?
Yeah. I guess you're right.
But definitely it would have been, it's going to cause a big kerfuffle.
Well, that kid was great, though. Really great performance.
Great. So then next, Gadreel goes to Abner's house, an old angel friend who has embraced life for the loving human family. He's got a little girl, and they're old buddies. And Abner encourages Gadreel to abandon his obsession with redemption and simply live the life he's been given. Gadreel, however, remains convinced that serving Metatron is his only path to restoring his honor after being blamed for allowing Lucifer into the Garden of Eden.
Didn't you think it was trippy seeing Tomo as the bartender?
Yeah, it's awesome.
What do you call it? The vessel?
Yeah, so they're at this bar. Metatron's at this bar. He's talking to Sam as Gadreel in the bar, and the bartender is Tomo. So he's like, isn't it weird seeing your old meat suit?
Yeah.
So Dean Castiel locate Abner's home, but they arrive too late. I mean, this was brutal. This guy's a father. He's got a cute little girl.
You got a kid. Yeah, he's turning his life around.
And Sam/Gadreel has murdered his old friend, Abner.
Yeah, I'm starting to think Gadreel's not all that great.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. And so, of course, Gadreel easily overpowers Dean before Castiel knocks him unconscious, allowing them to restrain Gadreel while he remains inside Sam's body. The group transports Sam to a remote location where they bind him with angelic restraints. Gadreel taunts Dean, insisting he has Sam trapped inside a pleasant dream and daring Dean to kill Sam if he truly wants to stop him. Crowley proposes a brutal solution. enter Sam's mind by torturing Gadreel until Sam becomes aware of the possession. Though horrified, Dean reluctantly allows it to continue.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, interesting theory.
Once again, we're putting pins in people's heads, which is never fun to watch.
I don't know how they do it. It couldn't be creepier.
The pins?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they do that effect. Yeah.
It's great, but good Lord, it's awful.
It was wild when they're interrogating Gadreel and Crowley kind of pinches two of them together to like get him to say his name. You know that part? That was wild.
Wait, say it again?
Crowley is standing there next to him with the pins in his head, and he kind of pinches two of them together. And Sam, as Gadreel, says in Latin, "My name is Gadreel."
Yeah, keeps repeating that. Yeah.
While Crowley interrogates Gadreel, Dean and Castiel share a quiet conversation about the burdens of leadership and the mistakes they both made. Dean apologizes for pushing Castiel away after Kevin's death, and Castiel admits that he too has been manipulated by Metatron. Crowley's plan succeeds. He identifies Gadreel as the disgraced guardian of Eden and enters Sam's mind. Boy, Castiel's pissed when he finds out who this is.
Yeah, but I mean, you get it, right?
Yeah, no. He's like, oh, this guy. And he really starts to go kind of Castiel angry against him, which is still kind of a soft angry, and Dean has to say like, stand down.
Stand down. I know, his angry is still very monotone.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Exactly. Inside Sam's mind, Sam believes he's working an ordinary hunting case until Crowley uses the brothers' emergency code word, Poughkeepsi.
But isn't that funny? Did that make you laugh?
Poughkeepsi?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Have we heard that before in the show?
I don't remember that being a thing.
I've never heard that. I don't remember that joke if it has happened. And
right.
And I thought it was really, really a funny, like, it was like, it's like banana hammock or whatever. It was just funny.
Yeah. That's funny. It's a good one. So Poughkeepsi convinces him that something's terribly wrong. Crowley forces Sam to remember everything Gadreel has hidden from him, including Kevin's murder, and assures him that Gadreel, not Sam, is responsible. When Gadreel confronts them inside Sam's mind as Tomo, so that was a bump for me a little bit. Like, how is Tomo Gadreel inside Sam's mind?
You mean, why does he look like Tomo?
Right.
Yeah, that was weird. That's kind of what I meant when I said it was cool seeing Tomo, but it was also weird.
Yeah.
Because then we see Tomo
not as Gadreel, as the bartender.
I agree with you. Yeah, that was weird.
Drawing on his own willpower, he orders Gadreel to leave his body. In the real world, Gadreel is violently expelled and escapes by possessing his original vessel, a nearby bartender, before rejoining Metatron. I thought that was really good. I mean, it's really nice to see that plan to work out. You know what I mean? And then Crowley just hops right over back into Crowley's body. I also, the way Mark played that was good because Mark almost played like he was scared. His vessel was scared when I don't know if you saw, it's a very small detail, but Crowley's demon goes out of Sam and into Mark Shepard, who's playing this sort of almost fear in his face as it's coming in. Like, he's not like, yeah, that's me, baby, because he's not. Like, that's just a meat suit.
Right.
As Sam recovers, Abaddon arrives.
Who?
Abaddon.
Do.
Abaddon.
Do.
Abaddon. Arrives with a group of demons to reclaim Crowley. Rather than fight, Crowley delivers a political speech reminding the demons that hell once prospered under his rule and urging them to choose their own leader. His appeal sows doubt among Abaddon's followers, allowing Crowley to escape once again.
Again, I'll say,
good scene.
I did not realize how many episodes Abaddon was in. I love all of them. I love seeing Elena Huffman in that character.
She's great.
I'm just really struck by how much Abaddon we're getting, which I love.
Yeah. Castiel heals as much of Sam's lingering damage as he can, but Sam remains emotionally shattered by Dean's deception. Dean accepts full responsibility for Kevin's death and vows to hunt Gadreel alone. Believing everyone close to him suffers because of his choices, Dean leaves the bunker while Sam and Castiel silently watch him drive away.
Here's a question. There was another montage in this. There was montage, but looking at Kevin and being all sad.
Right.
Or where Kevin died.
Yeah.
Where was the other getting ready to put bolts and Sam? Like, there was another. I remember thinking, like, wow, there's 2 montages in this thing.
Was there?
I can't remember, but there was. It was kind of interesting because we haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah. I don't remember where the second one was. But yeah, and then as he walks away, Sam says something and Dean says, what's that supposed to mean? But it was something like, I can't remember, but it's pretty poignant. Sam's pissed. That's the point. The point is Sam's pissed.
Sam's pissed. Well, let's get into Rob, And Rich. Ratings.
Yes, sir. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I thought it was really well directed by Bob Singer. Again, it's really fun when we could finally start to get into the meat of the things that have been going on this season and things start to happen. So I'm glad that Gadreel is finally separated from Sam and we can kind of go after him now. Like you said, I love Abaddon is back. She's a good bad guy, bad lady.
Bad person? Yeah.
Yeah, and she really is a great, just counteracting Crowley, a good foe for Crowley. Yeah, I enjoyed all that. I mean, besides, like you said, a couple bumps, which again, that's just television.
Yeah, that's the limitations of TV. I'm not picking apart the writing, by the way. That's just me kind of pointing out the obvious limitations of TV.
Yeah, but I like this one.
I do too. Well, do you have a facial hair?
Well, let's hear your details about what you thought.
I like this one. There are moments that I like more than others. The rock and roll guy, great sequence. And to me, there's a lot of chit chat about this, that, and the other that I'm like, all right. But the showdown with Gadreel and Crowley is great. And Crowley going into Sam's head to prove it's a dream. I thought all that was really cool.
Yeah.
And I'm also always amazed when they can do those needles in the head and they're so creepy looking. So I kind of felt like the third act or however you place that in the story was really solid.
Yeah. So where do you wind up with your beard?
Here's the beard I'm giving it. Because I feel terrible that this happened to this guy, so I'm going to immortalize him with a beard rating. I'm giving this the Abner. I'm giving it an Abner.
I love it when you go meta.
Tip of the cap to Abner. Good guy trying to start his life over. Got a daughter.
Good casting too.
Really? No, I thought he was great. He also looked like a guy who probably had effed some stuff up in his day.
Yeah, totally. You could see him. Yeah, you could see that back in the day he might have been something. I'm going to give it, I think it's a solid episode. I've got to save my top beard. You know what I mean?
Of course you do. No, of course. Absolutely.
But I'm going to give it the Chris Christopherson.
Nice.
Really solid beard from the 70s.
Yep.
If the kids need to look up Chris Christopherson.
Oh, man.
And with a K. Yeah, it's a solid beard.
Yeah, great beard.
A Star is Born. The
Star is Born.
1970s version of A Star is Born is worth checking out that look.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So yeah, really solid. Really good beards, everybody.
Yeah, I'm impressed with everybody.
Speaking of good beards, did Bob ever have a beard? Or is he just more of a mustache guy?
I feel like he's had a goatee in his day.
Right.
You know, he's had a goatee.
Well, we've got Bob Singer back with us. And Steve has he's written an intro that is a haiku about our guest.
Ooh, take it.
Bob's back once more. Singer returns to the hunt. Family endures.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Good stuff, Hein.
Yeah.
Well, with that...
sorry, I was calculating the haiku.
I thought you just taking an A. You're done.
No, I was like, Bob back once more. Singer returns to the hunt. Family endures. Great job, Steve. But even better job, Rich and Rob, who've had this conversation with Bob Singer.
There he is. I just said Bob has a goatee.
Did you ever have a beard, Bob?
Huh?
Did you ever have like a full beard?
Years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Mystery solved.
You know, we give episode ratings based on beards. So I was like, did Bob ever have a... First of all, welcome, Bob Singer. Welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Bob Singer.
My pleasure.
Very exciting to have two people from your household in consecutive episodes.
Well, I'm sure she's more interesting than me. But...
No, we miss you, Bob.
Well, I'm certainly going to say that because I don't want to get...
That's true.
If I have to pick somebody to be in the crosshairs of, it's you, because I don't want to be in her crosshairs.
You get that right.
But we miss you big time. We miss you.
Well, here I am.
There you are.
I love it. Thanks for doing that.
Was it your call to put the Bob Seger song at the beginning of this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It felt very Bob Singer because I know you love that dude, and it's a great choice of songs for that sequence too.
Yeah, I thought it worked, but if you go through the Bob Seger library, there's always going to be some song that works.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it fits this show so well.
100%.
Just hold that thought. We're coming right back.
Hey, this is Rich Spate, and I might not know a lot, but I do know one thing. There are some things in life that you don't want to be transparent, like, say, your swimsuit or your search history. But when it comes to your wireless bill, Transparency is everything. That's why Mint Mobile's wireless plans got no gimmicks and no gotchas. Just high-speed data, or data if you're one of those people, and reliable coverage on the T-Mobile 5G network. What's up, G? And right now, all plans are $15 a month, even unlimited. You see, Mint Mobile took what's wrong with wireless and made it right with premium wireless for $15 a month. I'm telling you, that's like, what, a coffee and a croissant? That's it. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can even bring your current phone and your number. You don't have to change those things. You like that phone of yours? All your fingerprints all over it? And like that old number that everybody, including all your exes, have memorized? Keep them both. And you choose from a 3, 6, or 12-month plan, and then you say goodbye to your monthly bill because you know exactly what you're going to be paying. You've locked it in. So ditch overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile. It is so easy. You sign up online, you get 3 months of premium wireless service for $15 a month. It's a no-brainer, which means even I can do it. So, to get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/SPN10. That's mintmobile.com/SPNTAN. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/SPNTAN. That's SPN10. And that's it. No catch, all fully transparent, like my shower curtain. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when the network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabyte hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
Hey everybody, it's Rob Benedict. I got to be honest about something. I've been decorating my last several houses with Wayfair, furniture and such from Wayfair. I can tell you a specific one. I got a place back in 2020 and you weren't leaving home a lot. And so having to have a good outdoor hang area was important. So you could go outside sometimes. It was a strange time to be around, right? And so I went to Wayfair. I got an outdoor kitchen table, chairs around the table, and an umbrella that goes up top, keeps the sun out. Still have it to this day. I've put in some solid hours on that table and chairs. But that's not all they have. They've got grills, appliances, storage, lighting, rugs, decor. One place, you get everything you need. And you can shop Wayfair Verified. Now, I just found out about this just now, reading it. It's your shortcut to the good stuff. Their team of product specialists vets everything by hand using a 10-point inspection, testing things like quality of materials, functionality and features, and even how long it takes to build. And it doesn't stop with the outdoor table for me. I've got several rooms inside that have chairs, artwork, rugs from Wayfair. Why? The price is just good. And the quality is great. That's all the reason you need. And if putting it together sounds like a headache, they can handle delivery, installation, assembly. You just tell them what you want, Wayfair can deliver. And with over 20 million 5-star reviews, you know it's not just me. So are you ready to upgrade your home for way less? Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home and get your space ready for less. That's WAYFAIR.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Thanks for listening. Now, back to the episode.
So we're at the beginning of this episode, we're dealing with the fact that Kevin is dead. Killing off a character like that, did somebody have a conversation with Osric?
Like in advance of him finding out he was going kaput?
Oh yeah, sure. I can't remember if it was me or somebody, but yeah,
right.
Absolutely. He's such an essential character. We certainly had to let him go.
Yeah.
But my memory was, it's not everything it should be. And I was watching that episode with Eugenie, and I had forgotten what happened. And Sam kills Osric.
Yeah.
And I turned to Eugenie. I went,
"Yeah,
you killed Osric."
Yeah, because it really wasn't. It's not so much Sam or Gadreel. It's Eugenie.
Yeah.
And not only that, but left you to mop it up the next episode.
It was, I'll tell you, I was shocked. I went, I can't believe you killed Kevin Tran.
Did you like scoot away on the sofa? Like, I'm living with a monster. Who are you?
I think she ended up blaming it on me, but you know.
I thought she was going to blame it on Buckner.
Right.
Like, yeah.
It was, what's that line? You have to kill your darlings. So
Yeah. And then on this show, there's really just a couple people you can't.
I don't know if we've talked about it before because we've had you on a couple of times, but that story, some stories loom large in the supernatural myth, world of production. I wasn't there for this, but it's a story that's told all the time. And Rob, you probably know what I'm talking about. Like you were directing Osric Chow. And he's being dragged in by two muscular angels. And I guess he wasn't looking confused enough, as the story goes, so that you were like, no, you got to be looking around like, who the fuck are these guys? Like,
that story is absolutely true.
it's so funny to think of Osric trying to translate Bob into an acting beat.
Apparently, I say things. Richard, you would remember. I mean, you would remember the show, but when we were doing Sam's Circus, the guy who was the production designer. Oh God, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he came in and he was the production designer on a science fiction show called Farscape, which was real. I'm not big on science fiction, but it was a really good show, and the sets were amazing. Right. And so I'm kind of going over his resume, and he used to tease me about this later because of my New York accent. But apparently I said, "Are you the fucking guy who did Farscape?"
Oh my God. That's so great. And I'm sure he's very British. Why, yes, sir. I happen to be that chap.
He was a real south of the river guy. He had that strong south of the river British accent. And he would,
funny.
That's
he would
awesome.
imitate me telling about his interview. It was really funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, no, that's absolutely true.
The New York thing is a good segue into this next question. Poughkeepsi being their safe word. Do you know where that came from? Was that from you, or was that from Andrew, who wrote the script?
It wasn't from me. But I remember whoever came up with it. I went, God, how do you know Poughkeepsi? But
Yeah.
It made me laugh, man. I thought it was really funny. And it was humor in a moment that wasn't built on humor. Like out of there, he's like, if you see him,
right.
Tell him Poughkeepsi. Like,
well,
what?
the reaction to it is, how do you know that word?
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's great. Dude, like, you are a director who has always been able to get great performances out of your actors. That's why you've had such a long career. I think the work that Jared is doing in this whole sequence of being Gadreel is top shelf. And in this episode, he delivers at a high level again. And you get Tomo in there also, their performances are lining up perfectly at being each other. So just talk a little bit about that process.
Well, I mean, thanks for the compliment, but I mean, Jared really came with that. I can't even remember giving him any shadings. It was, and he had been doing it in previous episodes. So that was all Jared.
Yeah, we have noticed him doing a great job with it throughout. One of the things that stood out to me in this one is we had both of them. We had Tomo and Jared. So you're seeing both guys go after this, be in the same lane. And I thought they did a perfect job. So I guess the question is, was there any massaging even with Tomo or anything, or did they both fall off the truck kind of in the right spot?
Oh, yeah, no, I think they just fell into it. It's Tomo's a really good actor, and he had that, as Jared did playing Tomo and then being Sam, they both had to play different personalities throughout that whole arc.
Right, because it was Gadreel pretending to be a different Ezekiel.
Right. And
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And Tomo is he was really good, so it was and when he kind of goes against Sam, you got these two, because they're both big.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
And formidable against each other. So even when they're just having dialogue, there's a tension there that's, really good. I was struck in this episode particularly how can I put this? if someone had told a friend, you got to watch Supernatural, and they just tuned into this episode because it's so myth heavy, that person had to be going, what the hell is going on here? I got red smoke flying out of one guy into another guy. I got light coming out of one guy going into another. They would be lost.
Yeah.
So, I guess for the hardcore fans, they were waiting for it, and, it was really a kind of a culmination of a whole arc. But I was really struck by that as a guy. That was a deep dive we were doing there.
Well, let's talk about that. How do you? I can't totally remember when you do a spirit going from one character into another. The actor's just opening his mouth, and then do you have to? Is there the visual effects guy in there going, "This is the arc that we're doing"?
Yes.
How do you shoot those scenes?
Yeah, you have a visual effects guy on set. And he's looking at the way I would, block it. And if that doesn't quite work for him, he would say, can I put this guy here? Or,
right.
Because whatever the path that has to take,
right.
I guess there's certain things they can do and certain things they can't do.
Right.
But, pretty much what you learn is the 50-50 aspect of it. And
right.
That's that. But yeah, they're there all the time for sure.
And can you do movements with the camera? Can you push into somebody as the spirit is going into their mouth or whatever, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or do you have to lock off? Yeah, you can still move.
Those guys are great, and they don't restrict you a whole lot. So it was kind of a rare thing where they would say, maybe we could do this a little different way. But they were always game for everything. You'd say, I want to do such and such. And they, take a minute to think about it and go, we got a way we can do that. So.
Right.
Am I right in saying that was Crowley red?
Yeah, different color.
I think it's the first time we've seen Crowley in smoke form.
Well, that was that's the demon thing going out. The demon smoke is red. Yeah.
For some reason, I thought the demon smoke was black.
Some of the evil people smoke is black, but I don't know.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's the boss.
He's a high-ranking guy. He gets a different smoke. It struck me because we see the black a lot, but the red allowed for sort of a wider sort of color spectrum playing. And that's just, it feels like it'd be even harder for the digital team. I don't know if it is or not, but it looked really cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, Bob, how in God's name do they do those needles in the side of the head? It is the grossest, most realistic looking thing. In the middle of the CW, you have guys getting their temple pierced with needle. I mean, A, how did you get away with it? And B, how do they make it look so freaking creepy?
Again, that's visual effects. And they read the script and we say, can you do that? And they go, yeah, we can do that.
So it's not practical at all?
Well, the needle part is practical, but when it gets to, near the temple, then they take over and they can recreate that needle, perfectly.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Right along with the blood coming out.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Again, I had really forgotten that part of, after directing 48 episodes, it's hard for me to remember everything.
Yeah.
But
so gross.
It's hard to remember what I had for breakfast today, too.
But you never got pushback from CW because you're up at the top. You're the guy talking to people. Nobody ever called you and said, "Are you out of your mind?"
They read a script. When they look at it in dailies, they're not looking at the finished product. We get the visual effect and, pretty late to the
smart
to the final cut, and we just do it,
I see your strategy. I get it.
So, by the time they see it, it's kind of too late. So.
Yeah.
They're watching it at home.
Right.
And this is season 9, so you're kind of, moving along.
Yeah.
We would get some script notes along the way, but rarely by the time we got to season 9 were they interfering at all. So.
Right. What else do you remember about that sequence where the pins are in his head? Was that difficult to shoot because there's a lot going on?
It's only difficult in that it's a visual effect, and you have to live by certain visual effect rules. But not really. The heavy lift is really Jared, acting it.
Right. The acting of it all.
And he did great. Those are some chilling, piercing screams he's letting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was telling Robbie in our review, I mean, the episode, there's a lot of, as you said, a lot of like mythology, a lot of talking about things and discussing elements. But when you get to Act 3, man, this thing is a freight train. It really takes off. So let's talk about that too. When you go inside Sam's head, over the course of doing this podcast, we've talked about color palettes and LUTs and that kind of thing. You do something different here. It's not the same as the rest of the show. It's got a little bit of a vibe, it feels like, in the Men of Letters once you're in Sam's brain. And I'm curious how much of that was pre-gamed or how much of that was you working with Sparkle after the fact.
It starts with Serge, and I say, this is what I want it to look like. And so the lighting is a little different than Sparkle does what he did. But
reiterate real quick who Sparkle is.
He's the color timer.
Yeah.
Colorist.
Yeah.
As they call them. And, so you go in and you sit with him and you say, I want it to look like this. But, Serge gives you a template there that he can work with. But
right. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, but that can change, right? Because he's working with this color palette that is not, as we say, baked in per se, correct? I mean, like he's done some lights that are going to be the way they are, but any kind of like texture, you have the freedom to adjust that after the fact.
Yeah, I mean, the way those, that's all computer stuff, and the way they do it, I mean, those guys are hitting buttons and they can do remarkable things.
Yeah,
it looked awesome. It looked really cool.
I was really happy with the episode. One thing I remembered. The scene where they go and Crowley's going to talk to the government girl who's actually...
Rob remembers that scene very well.
She was very good, by the way.
She was great.
She was.
But when they were sitting in the lobby downstairs, that took forever to light because we had that rare sunny day, because I assume we shot this, sometime in the fall when, Vancouver is overcast and rainy and whatever. So we get this sunny day. Had we known we were going to get a sunny day like that, or Serge had gone on a scout or something, we may have gelled the windows because it took forever to get the balance between the outside and the inside. And it was so much glass, there was just no way to...
I noticed that. I'm like, wow, this is a really visual sequence for the waiting in the waiting room bit, Yeah,
it was hard. I was getting frustrated, but
wow.
But I mean, I understood his problem, but it was taking forever. Yeah.
Well, later on in the episode, I think the last scene of the episode, they're staying on that bridge or something, and it's pouring rain.
Yeah, that was Vancouver.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now we're back. And by the way, with that, it's Misha and Sam and Dean, and nobody's getting wet, but you can tell it's raining everywhere. So, like, what would you do when it was raining like that?
Well, you just shoot. I mean, you guys know. Somebody asked me once about cover sets, and I said, we don't have any cover sets. We should go out.
Yeah, no, let's explain what a cover set is. It's a backup plan, essentially, right?
Right. And for the longest time, we didn't have any, before we had Bobby's house, I think that was our first permanent set. And so it was not like we said, oh, well, we'll go to the hospital room or we'll go to, some standing set. We didn't have any standing sets. So we just learned how to just go with the flow.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I mean, I noticed that, but they're not really getting wet. But I thought it looked great. Sometimes when you're scouting locations and, you have to fit stuff in to be close to where you shooting some other scene. And that little dock area, I said, God, this at night will be, and then the parking lot where the car was,
right.
This is really a good location.
Yeah, right.
I thought the rain helped, actually. I mean,
it did help. It helped big time.
Yeah, it's such a mood to it. Yeah,
and amazing that, because I remember I've done did a few scenes with you in the rain outside, and it's amazing you can somehow block the rain from hitting the actors, with those, what are they called? Those
fly swatter, or what is that?
Yeah, something like that was above our heads.
Right.
But you can't really hear it for sound. It doesn't really seem to mess it up too bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is, but they
Trick of the trade.
I mean, I remember early on, I would say to guys, God, we're gonna have to loop this whole thing. Oh no, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
You brought up the parking lot, which makes me think car, and the car was funny.
Really funny.
Like the car was a nice detail in this episode. The other car they have to drive that Misha runs out of gas with.
Yeah, well, I think that was my choice. I just thought that was hilarious.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
And Crowley's line, because I mean, in the middle of this, really intense, not much humor in this particular episode, when Crowley says, "What are you, a pimp?"
Yeah, that was great. It was great. It was super funny. And the music that was playing as they're driving off, like it was just great. The whole vibe was really funny. That had to be a fun process to find that, because you find that, you got a winner. Visually, it's just great.
Yeah, that was great. I gotta say, I thought that I thought Mark was so good in this episode.
Yeah, he really was.
And he can carry the water of exposition as well as anyone. He's really good at it. It has a personality, and it's just Crowley. And
there's a very subtle thing that I noted with Rich when we were doing the review of this episode, when the spirit, whatever you call it, the smoke, is going back into his mouth, so he's becoming Crowley again.
Right.
He plays a look on his face like he's scared, like the meat suit doesn't know what's going on. So the meat suit isn't like welcoming it. It's like, what the hell's going on? And then he's back. So I just thought that was a cool little.
Good point, Rob. Good catch. I think I saw it but didn't absorb it at the same level you did. That's Mark Shepard doing a great job.
The actors are, I mean, including you guys, I think everybody kind of was so smart about their characters, just instinctively knew the right reactions and what was going on in the scene. Obviously we spotted people, you guys in particular, Curtis, Mark, but we got so lucky with people that just played, top-notch ball right from the get, who we knew we said, well, we're bringing that person back. I mean, everybody's a one-off.
Yeah.
Mark was a one-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody's a one-off until they're not. Right. I mean,
and we would, see somebody work and you go, God, we gotta write for this guy. This is terrific.
Yeah. And even some of the, the actors that do end up being just a one-off, we noted the guy who played the rock and roll angel in this episode was great. It's one scene.
That guy was great. Yeah. The openings of him walking through and like.
Great casting.
Yeah, I know. He had the rock and roll vibe. He really did.
And it was funny and there's lots of personality. I mean, like he there was a character on that screen the second that dude walked through the curtain, and he was on for 2 scenes. I mean, that's awesome. Supernatural has a storied history of bringing in great guest stars for the smallest of roles. You guys have a good eye for talent, and Heike brought in good Canadian talent, and it's really cool what you guys could accomplish.
Yeah, you rarely had a stiff, I mean, where you would be looking at dailies and go, I don't know about that guy, or I don't know about that girl. It rarely happened. I think we had a good eye for who was right for the part, and Heike did a really good job of bringing people in. And if the first pass it wasn't there, and you'd say, I think we need someone who's more like this, by the second, audition, you'd
have that.
Would bring in some good choices. So.
Yeah, because it's TV. You don't have time to recast or reshoot. It's got to work.
Oh yeah.
So in this episode, you work with Andrew. I mean, I know Andrew's not on set per se, as the writers aren't, but you're there in the office and working with Andrew a lot because he's there. At this point, do you know he's the heir apparent to the throne for the show?
Well, at this point, I'm not sure I knew that Jeremy was going to leave, but once Jeremy decided that was it for him, Andrew was clearly the heir apparent,
Putting together like the Sam and Dean relationship at the end of this series, at the end of this episode, they have kind of a split again. Sam's pissed that this has happened. And do you think that this is one of the episodes that fundamentally changed the Sam and Dean dynamic for the rest of the series?
Well, I don't know for the rest of the series, because I think anytime they break apart, that you're going to get a rapprochement. I think the only thing that changed throughout the course of the series was Sam's independence. I mean, Dean always started out as the alpha dog, and I think as time went on, Sam found his own lane. I mean, in the writing, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So they're always going to get back together.
Sure.
But has the relationship changed fundamentally? I think only in the way in that Sam is a more equal partner than where we started.
Which to me, as a younger brother, it really rings true. I mean, you're always kind of trying to forge your independence. So really, that element of the relationship really rings true to me as just a brother relationship. But yeah, I had this question here for the rest of the series. Seems like a heavy question, but there was always sort of something driving them away from each other, but sort of blood bringing them back together.
Right.
But it's not the Hardy Boys.
No, it's
you know
not,
what I mean?
It wasn't the Hardy Boys.
Where they're sort of hand holding as they unlock the mysteries. They're constantly.
I think one of the successes of the show to have it go on for 15 years is their arcs really changed. Their who they were by the end of the show was a whole lot different than who they were at the beginning of the show. And then we would have things like, I think it was the beginning of season 8. Sarah had left and Jeremy was taking over. Sarah had left us with Dean in purgatory and Sam out there. And Sam, for 3/4 of an episode, he had this other life.
Right.
He was, and he was kind of happy in it.
Mm-hmm.
He was dating a veterinarian. That whole storyline.
He hit the dog in the road, took it to the vet, right? And he had found this kind of real happiness because, right from the jump, he was reluctant to go on this search for dad and get involved in the family business. And so he had this respite halfway through, a little more than halfway through, as long as the series would run. And it was really refreshing to see him in that part because, he was kind of a brooding character and very, tortured and all that. And to see him have a lighter life was really kind of it was like a palate cleanser before, Dean sucked him back in.
Right, yeah.
But their relationship certainly changed over the course of time from season 9 to the end.
My reference is episodes that I was in later in the show. So it's interesting just knowing what I know and then seeing where they are in season 9 and like where they go. It's interesting. It's really interesting. And like I said, it really does ring true as brother relationships are that way.
Yes.
Well, this is great. This has been awesome to talk to you about the episode. And
you keep your stuff is so cool, man. It's so cool to watch you do what you do. It's awesome.
Well, I always I love talking to you guys. I'd like to see you in person one of these days. But,
Yes, we do need to do that. And now that Eugenie is back on her 2 good hips, now she's half bionic, we can get you out of the house.
We're out and about.
Well,
you could take the Nurse Bob outfit off.
I never want to put on that outfit again.
Dude, so we'll get together in person, and
I would really like that.
Thank you for doing this, man. It's so great having you on here and getting your perspective on all these things and more.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys.
We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's Rob. It's summer. You know what that means? You got to look good for those summer parties. You got to roll up into that barbecue like, this is my new linen shirt. Don't worry about it. That's right. I'm talking about Quince. Quince has the good stuff. I keep coming back. I'm excited right now. I've got this short sleeve linen number with stripes. It's rad looking. I feel rad when I'm wearing it. And I also got a pair of swim trunks. I thought I need a new pair of swim trunks. Where do you go for a good pair where do you go for anything you're wearing? Quince. 100% European linen pants and shirts that are breathable, easy to throw on, and the summer upgrade your rotation needs, starting at just $34. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's crazy. The prices are crazy low for as good as it is. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands because they work directly with ethical factories and they cut out the middleman. So you're paying for the exceptional quality, not the brand markup. So yeah, I've got my new swim trunks, my striped linen shirt, and I'm ready to roll. That's what's cool about a store like Quince. the weather changes and you're like, oh, I gotta roll with the times. I'm headed to Quince. And it's not just clothing. Quince has become a trusted favorite for everything from home to travel to everyday essentials. Did I tell you about the bag I got? I use that bag all the time. It's a great bag. So make your summer wardrobe easier. Go to quince.com/STN for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/STN for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/STN. Hey guys, it's Rob Benedict. You know, finding a therapist, it's not easy. I recently was talking to somebody who was like, hey, I need a therapist. I don't know a good one in this city. And they have to take my insurance, right? Because you don't want to go out of network. You got to keep it in network. It's hard enough, right? So how about this? What if I told you that there's a place that can streamline this entire process? That's right. It's called Rula, R-U-L-A. And they do it differently. They partner with over 100 insurance plans, making the average copay just $15 per session. And this is real therapy, licensed professionals, at a price that makes sense. So think about it. You use your insurance benefits to maintain your physical health, so why wouldn't you do the same for your mental health? And Rula, it's not just affordable, but they tailor the entire thing around you. They help you find the right therapist for you. They consider your goals, your preferences, your background to provide a curated list of licensed in-network therapists who are actually aligned with what you need. Because finding the right therapist makes all the difference. That's where you start. It's got to be a good relationship there. And then the rest of it, all the crummy stuff like insurance and bills and yada, yada, that's where you kind of go, makes you even crazier. You need a therapist for the therapist. So why not streamline the entire thing at Rula? No wait lists, no frustrating back and forth. Rula makes it easy to find a mental health provider who's accepting new patients and could find you an appointment as soon as tomorrow. And they stick with you throughout your journey, checking in on you, make sure it's all going all right. Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high-quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit Rula.com/supernatural to get started. After you sign up, you'll be asked how you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know we sent you. That's RULA.com/supernatural. You deserve mental health care that works with you, not against your budget.
Hey there, thanks for listening. Now, back to the episode.
How great.
Robbie,
How great is he?
the word legend
Yeah.
is overused, but it applies here.
It does. And, you know, we don't say it enough, or if we do, we're going to say it again right now. But Bob was the executive producer, director,
Co-showrunner
of the entire series. He really is. Kripke's the creator. Bob needs his own, creative series created by Eric Kripke, completely managed by Bob
the
Singer.
anchor.
Yeah,
Bob Singer. Yeah. No, for sure. You can't heap praise on that guy enough because he really was the ballast that kept that ship balanced the entire run.
And beyond just supernatural, like you say, the man's a legend. Well, he will be back again. That's for sure.
Can't go higher up the food chain. You know what I mean? You get to Bob, you're at the top.
Right. So we just go through another door, maybe.
Yeah, I guess you kind of feel around until you find the trap door, I guess.
Well, this door here says mythology?
Mythology.
Just who is Gadreel?
Wow, Robbie, a penny for your thoughts,
The supernatural writers were pretty loyal to his story. Rich?
Gadreel is listed as one of the chief leaders of the Grigori, a group of angels known as the Watchers. He is most famously identified in the book of Enoch as the angel who was responsible for guarding the Garden of Eden when the serpent tempted Eve. Because he failed to prevent evil from entering the garden, Gadreel was blamed for humanity's fall from innocence and was cast into disgrace, or, as we like to call it, hell.
Hell.
Yeah, nice going, Gadreel. Way to drop the ball. You had one job, keep the snake out.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, the book of Enoch also portrays him as one of the angels who led humanity astray, teaching warfare weapon making, and violence. He is sometimes called the fallen angel of war.
Or also Dave. He's also sometimes called Dave. It's like, what would you call him? Give him a longer nickname than his actual name.
Very long nickname. It's very long. It doesn't fit on the back of the jersey.
No. Hey, fallen angel of war, are we going to still try to make the 7:30 screening? Although Gadreel does not appear in the canonical Hebrew Bible or New Testament, later Jewish and Christian traditions often depict him as a tragic fallen guardian whose defining characteristic is overwhelming guilt over a single catastrophic failure.
Well, I will say this. The writers are very faithful to this, the biblical version of this angel, and also the portrayal of him by both Tomo and Sam fits that. And it's not an easy thing to play, and they're playing it very well. They both are playing it very well. The whole thing is very believable to me.
Yeah, and again, I got to compliment Jared again for just doing a great job doing and Tomo lining up his choices with Sam. They're kind of meeting in the middle is great.
Yeah, and within like I said, Gadreel is not easy. It's not an easy thing to play because there's guilt and there's anger and resentment.
Yeah,
and I still believe there's a part of Gadreel that does want to do the right thing.
Yeah, of course he does.
Anyway, very interesting and fun, but not as fun as...
Fun facts! Fun facts! Fun facts! Fun facts.
The German title is...
May I?
Yes, please.
Kopfaschisch!
Which translates as...
Head thing.
Head thing. That feels very lazy to me. Lazier than road trip.
Kopfaschisch!
It's a head thing. He's got a head thing.
Robbie, I can't go out tonight. What's wrong? I got a kopfaschisch! I wonder if the Japanese used a similar, like a head thing sort of vibe.
Yeah, it's similar. I think they similarly phoned it in with their title, which loosely translated is The Happy Fun Boat That Kills You.
Huh.
Yeah. Interesting.
I guess they're kind of referring to Gadreel as a boat.
I guess so.
By the way, that's only slightly longer than Gadreel's nickname.
Exactly. Interesting titling coming out of Japan there. The demon Cecily is named after Jeremy Carver's assistant, Cecily Schaefer.
I bought a banjo off Cecily.
You did?
Yeah, she had her grandfather's banjo and didn't know what to do with it, and I bought it.
That's hilarious.
Still can't play it, but I bought it.
Oh, that's funny. Which was the demon Cecily? Oh, she's the one that I liked that worked at the...
You probably didn't hear anybody say her name because you're too busy going, well, hello, to the TV.
Too busy Google searching. She also did a good job, we have to say. She did
a great job.
And
great job.
Died early, as with the rocker. What kind of car was Castiel driving there?
I don't even need to read this. I know it. It's a 1978 Lincoln Continental Mark V.
Are you being funny?
Yes.
Or you really did?
I had no idea.
Yeah, okay. You're like, wow, you know your cars. That was hilarious, though, that car that had the bounce. That was funny.
The music that came out of it, was all awesome.
It's not every day we get some good rap music in Supernatural.
Hey, speaking of music, did you know I think it was Bob Seger at the top.
Yeah.
Did you know the Bob Seger
I did not.
song? I didn't either.
But you know who did?
Bob Seger.
Bob Singer. Because Bob Singer is a big Bob Seger fan.
Yes, he is. You're right.
There is a deleted scene where Crowley and Castiel compare notes on what it is like to be human.
Aw.
I like the Crowley Castiel sort of like...
Yeah. Kind of fun.
I like them being brothers that are,
who hate each other.
Yeah, exactly. You're hogging up the back seat.
Yeah, they're funny.
That kind of thing. Yeah. So you got to wonder. I hope Crowley's not going to turn on him now.
Well, we'll see. I don't think it's going to be smooth sailing, but what do I know?
Right. And he's got bigger fish to fry with Abaddon.
Dude, a fish fry sounds like fun. It'd be fun.
Fish fry would be fun.
Yeah, he's got a lot to handle with old Abaddon.
Abaddon. Abaddon.
Good episode, everybody. Nice work all around. Thanks, Bob Singer, for being here.
Yeah, thanks, Bob Singer. Thanks, Bob Seger.
And thanks, Bob Benedict.
Thanks, Bob Benedict. It's a lot of Bobs. And thank you, good people, for listening to us, as always.
Especially to any of the Bobs out there listening. If your name's Robert and you're listening, or Bobette,
or if you're
Robin.
If you're treading water out in the ocean somewhere, just bobbing.
Or you're at a birthday party bobbing for apples.
Sure. All of you. And everybody else. Thank you. We'll see you in the next one. This episode of Supernatural features Jared Padalecki as Sam Winchester, Jensen Ackles as Dean Winchester, and Misha Collins as Castiel.
Guest stars include Mark Shepard, Curtis Armstrong, Elena Huffman, Tom O'Pinniquette, Dan Payne, and Brenna O'Brien.
That's that's all-star cast right there.
Yeah, it is.
Road Trip was written by Andrew Dabb, directed by Robert Singer.
Editing by Don Cook, music by Christopher Leonards.
The Office production assistant was Sarah Long.
Damn right it was. Executive produced by Robert Singer and Jeremy Carver.
Supernatural was created by Eric Kripke.
The episode featured the following songs. The famous Final Scene by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Yeah. The Royal Scene by Dude Royal.
Hobo Blues by the Rob Donnelly Band.
The episode originally aired on January 14th, 2014.
This episode of Supernatural Then and Now was hosted and executive produced by Richard Spade Jr. and Rob Benedict.
Produced by Stephen Hyde, written by Stephen Hyde and Haida Holscher.
And edited and associate produced by Trey Booty.
Booty.
Ba-da-ba-da.
Booty boop.
Ba-da-ba-da. Music provided by Tim Wynn.
This episode was recorded with the help of Sonic Fuel Studios.
This podcast is from Story Mill Media.
Follow the podcast on Instagram and YouTube at SPN Then and Now.
Become a member of the podcast to get early access, chat rooms with other podcast fans, and video interviews at patreon.com/SPN Then and Now.
An old angle friend who's an angle. He was a 90-degree angle. Or you might say an angel friend. An old angel friend.
Story Mill Media.
The GLP-1 pill you've been waiting for is now on Ro. Yep, it's finally here. With the same clinically proven ingredient. Now in a pill. And now on Ro. It's the first FDA-approved GLP-1 pill for weight loss. At the lowest price available. That's one daily GLP-1 pill for big results. Now on Ro. Go to ro.co/listen to see if you qualify. RX only. Go to ro.co/safety for serious side effects and boxed warning associated with GLP-1s.
The right window treatments change everything. Your sleep, your privacy, the way every room looks and feels. At Blinds.com, we've spent 30 years making it surprisingly simple to get exactly what your home needs. We've covered over 25 million windows and have 50,000 five-star reviews to prove we deliver. Whether you DIY it or want a pro to handle everything from measure to install, we have you covered. Real design professionals, free samples, zero pressure. Right now, get up to 40% off site-wide, plus get a free professional measure at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions apply.